Picture this for a second. You've been told your whole life that success comes down to one thing: hard work. Work harder than everyone else and you'll win. Wake up earlier, grind longer, hustle non-stop. That's the message everywhere. But what if that isn't the full story? What if the real world runs on something a lot messier and a lot more human? Today I want to sit with you and unpack an idea that makes many people uncomfortable. Maybe hard work isn't the main driver of success. Not all the time, not for everyone. And acknowledging that doesn't make you lazy or unambitious. It just makes you honest. Because when we zoom out a little, we start to see that success is shaped by a blend of timing, privilege, luck, networks, and yes, effort. But effort is just one ingredient, not the whole recipe. Think about the people you admire. Sure, they work hard, but they also met the right person at the right moment, or they grew up in an environment where certain opportunities naturally came their way. Maybe they had a mentor who pushed them, or a safety net that allowed them to take bigger risks. Maybe they were in the right industry at the perfect time. Maybe someone opened a door for them that the rest of us didn't even know existed. And none of this takes away from their achievements. It just reminds us that success doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's never as simple as you didn't grind hard enough. But grind culture loves simple stories. It makes everything sound controllable. If effort is the only variable, then failure is always your fault and success is always within reach. And that sounds motivating until it becomes toxic. So let me ask you, how many times have you pushed yourself to the point of burnout because you believed you just needed to work harder? How many times did you feel guilty for resting or for not achieving as fast as someone else without knowing the advantages they had behind the scenes? We rarely talk about those advantages. We rarely talk about how someone's starting line can be miles ahead of another person's, or how some people climb with ladders while others start with shovels, digging their way out just to reach the ground floor. Hard work matters, but it matters even more when it's supported by the right conditions, and that's the part we need to talk about. Instead of obsessing over grinding, maybe the healthier mindset is this: focus on alignment. Align your skills with the environments where they're valued. Align your energy with opportunities that match your stage of life. Surround yourself with people who open doors, not just those who shout slogans about hustle. Look for leverage, look for timing, look for rooms where your effort actually multiplies instead of disappearing into the void. Success isn't a reward for suffering. It's a mix of preparation, relationships, timing, and sometimes being lucky enough to be seen. And that's why comparing your journey to anyone else's is almost meaningless. They're playing a completely different game with a completely different set of tools. So the next time someone tells you to just work harder, pause. Ask yourself whether that advice is actually helpful, or whether it oversimplifies a life that is anything but simple. You don't need to grind yourself into the ground to become someone you're proud of. You don't need to sacrifice your sanity on the altar of productivity. Sometimes the most powerful move is slowing down, paying attention, and making choices that align with who you want to be, not who society is pressuring you to become. If there's one thing I hope you take from this, it's that your worth isn't measured by how busy you are. Rest is not weakness. Thoughtfulness is not laziness. And your path doesn't need to follow anyone else's timeline. Success has many doors. Hard work is one key, but not the only one. And once we accept that, we give ourselves permission to breathe again, to think, to build a life that feels intentional instead of frantic. Maybe success isn't about grinding harder. Maybe it's about seeing the bigger picture and choosing a better way forward. If this video made you pause and reflect, hit the like button, share your own experience in the comments, and subscribe for more calm, thoughtful videos that challenge conventional wisdom.